Hi and welcome to you all my loves to Dr. Saru Panda TV. It's another Friday that we get to meet. I remember I promised to drop this video last week on Friday, but due to unavoidable circumstances it was not possible. But today we're back again. And if you've chosen to watch this video, it's because maybe you're a new mom, or your wife or your sister or whoever it is has been complaining about this problem, and you want to know exactly what happens that they experience this thing. So congratulations to all new moms, new dads, and even new uncles and aunts. So today we're going to be talking about hearing your baby cry, especially when you're taking a shower or maybe when you're away from your baby. Is it a normal thing? Is it abnormal? What really makes it happen? This is the video for you. So make sure you pull up your chair and let's discuss about this. So yeah, as I started off, congratulations on your new baby, or babies perhaps if you had a twin or triplets. And yeah, to answer your first question, it's totally normal when you're away from your baby, or specifically for most of us, when you're taking a bath or you're taking a shower, is when you start hearing as if your baby is crying. It's actually quite of a normal phenomenon. And here are some of the reasons that as to why this thing happens. So the one most important thing, before the second most important thing, the first important thing is you're hearing your baby cry, or you're hearing these phantom cries when you're away from your baby. It's because of the heightened awareness. You remember you just delivered, and right now all your feelings, emotion, your physical well-being are determined into trying to make sure your baby is okay. So you know when your baby is crying, your baby is not okay. So you have like this sort of overwhelming awareness. Your brain is too sharp, waiting to hear anytime your baby is making a noise. And because of this, even when your baby is not making a noise, and specifically when you're away from your baby, you're assuming this baby might be crying. So just because of that heightened awareness, it tends to make you feel as if, yeah, all the time, nobody can take care of a baby better than you as a mom, which we've talked about in this channel for a while now. Please let help be acceptable, and accept help as a new mom. And also for those who are people staying with new moms, offer the help so that this mom can be able to rest. Because before we get to the third point, which is sort of related to this first, the second thing that might make you start to feel like the baby is crying a lot could be related with postpartum depression. I've had so many people talk about it, but I'm not in a place or position to be able to discuss this topic into its vastity, because I am not a psychiatrist, neither did I do psychology. But from my point of view as a medical doctor, some of the signs and symptoms we might be watchful for is constantly hearing baby noises or baby cries when you're alone or when you're apart from the baby. It could also be a sign of postpartum depression, and into the far extreme, it could also be a sign of postpartum psychosis, which if I get a good psychiatrist or a friend, we might want to discuss this so that we can be able to let you know exactly how to identify the signs, early signs of postpartum depression. I was telling you number 3 is sort of related to number 1, about resting, asking for help, and getting adequate help and support during this postpartum period. So now, number 3, if you're not getting enough rest or you're not getting enough sleep, baby is staying up too late because colic, newborn items, like everything, a combination of everything. You're trying to keep up with the milk supply, you're trying to express because you're almost getting back to work. There's other babies who also needs to be taken care of, and here you are staying up late night with a newborn. It will make you feel as if you're almost going crazy in a way. And because of this, then you start to, all the time when you're apart from the baby or away from the baby, or even sometimes you could just be not in a very distant proximity, but you're just Maybe the baby's in another room and you're arranging clothes in another room and you start hearing as if the baby is crying. This could be a sign you need to take the rest. You need to sleep more at night. And if you cannot get family support to help you, then kindly, like I told you in the other video, which I'll link it down below, please, if you're in a position to, look for paid help. I told you there are several companies currently in Kenya that also do have night nurses who would come home to babysit the baby through the night, and they'll take good care of them because they're professionals and they have actually they actually know first aid for kids. They know so many things about children or babies or infants for that matter. This will allow you time and space to be able to actually rest and sleep well so that you can stop having these phantom cries. And it's not something that you should be blaming yourself or start thinking because Dr. Saru has said, oh, it could possibly be early signs of postpartum depression, or maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. I remember when I started this video, I told you firstly, kwamba it is a normal phenomenon. Personally, for me, I get a lot of family support, and in addition to family support, I also have paid support, and I have lots of support in general, and I'm very grateful for it. But every time, even if it's my mom that I've left the baby with or my husband who I've left the baby with, and I go to take a bath, I can't stay there for like 10 minutes. Even 10 minutes, I'm overreaching. I can't stay in the bathroom for 5 minutes. I want to see her at a place where, like, okay, the baby is there. Okay, nice. Now that I'm seeing her and I know she's asleep, now I can take a bath without feeling overwhelmed. However, if the baby is downstairs or the baby is in another room or the baby is out with the father and I am alone and I'm told, okay, now we wanted you to rest, take a shower and have a nice rest or sleep, my darling. My darling, I can't sleep. I don't get no sleep at all because now, especially for me, in the shower is where it gets worse. The more the water is like dripping on me or sprinkling on me, whichever word you want to use, that's the time that I feel mostly overwhelmed and overpowered. Like, I can't do this. I've had times that I've literally had to walk off the bathroom, take a towel and shout, is she asleep or awake? And then everyone's like, yo, she's asleep, go take a bath. But even after that, I can't get back to showering as it was normally because of all the anxiety that is associated with, you think you as a mom can handle your baby better than any other person who you live around, which is a fallacy. We need to drop that, ladies. We need the help and we need to take care of ourselves as well. So reason number four. So reason number 4 as to why you can be hearing your baby crying when you're not around them, or maybe when you're taking a bath, or when the baby is being handled with somebody else, is because of the brain changes that happen between you being pregnant and you delivering a baby. There's a lot of brain changes that happen. I don't know if you've heard about this, but mommy brain, something that people talk about so much over the internet, how you start to forget things all of a sudden, some other things seem to be of more importance than others. Again, it's because of all these chemical changes in your brain, hormonal changes in your physical well-being that might cause this to happen. So once you're having this, if you feel like it's a bit of a concern for you now because you keep on hearing the baby almost all the time, even when you're holding the baby, because it happens to some people, you could be tipping over to more of the postpartum depression or the psychosis, which it will be good if you can consult with your obstetrician gynecologist instead of just assuming, because this video in no way whatsoever is this supposed to replace a physical consultation or a consultation by your primary physician. This is just to advise and give you points on what you should look out for before you actually seek assistance. And if you think something is beyond what I've already spoken about, kindly do not use this as a gospel truth, because every person is, every individual is different, and we could be having different presentation of the same thing. Some people to the extreme and other people to not the very extreme or just in the midpoint. So in case you're feeling like you're even holding your baby and you start falling asleep and all of a sudden you're woken up because you thought the baby was crying, it's good if you check up with your primary physician. Again, the sleep deprivation we talked about in point number 2 or 3 can be associated with point number 5, which is anxiety disorder. And some mothers already do have anxiety disorder even prior getting pregnant. But then it tends to get a bit slightly heightened, of course, as we've talked about in point number 4, due to the pregnancy, hormonal changes and chemical imbalances in the brain, again because of the pregnancy and postpartum period. So the anxiety of, is baby going to be okay, is baby okay, can also lead to you hearing these noises of your baby being in a discomforting environment or crying all the time, despite the fact that baby could be extremely well, even asleep. Most of the times when you hear your baby is crying in your head, these guys are normally fast asleep. It's not even, it's sometimes it's even, it feels wrong that you in your head, you even pictured how they were fussy and crying and throwing their heads around, their hands around. And when you look at them, or when you call to ask the person, even video call, or if you have CCTV cameras in your home and you left the house and you check and you find this person sleeping in their cot, like so peacefully. So now, we've known these 5 factors that can be contributing to hearing phantom cries or baby crying when you're not near them, or crying when you're in the shower or cooking or whatever activity you might be doing. You might want to ask yourself, is this something that can also happen to dads? For the fathers who are watching me, yes. I know some of you are going to comment and say of how you've had scenarios when you, after your paternity leave, or even just if you're a father who's very present and you're constantly at home, the time you start going actively to work or doing other jobs or being away from the child, that you keep on hearing them cry all the time. It is totally normal for dads to feel the same or to hear the same things, just like moms. And especially underline the word present dads, because if you not be present with the child, how will you be even hearing? Or how will it, your sense of awareness, how will it be have been heightened for you to start feeling like, oh yeah, I'm hearing baby sounds? But yeah, it's something that's very common that also happens to dads. That's why for postpartum period, if you've been following me enough, you know I've always been a champion for trying to ensure that the dad and the mom within their postpartum period are also taken care of well, not only focusing on the mom and forgetting that the dad is also going through some things. I mean, having a baby is a great change it's a big deal and a good deal for the household, but we also have to put into consideration that both parents are going through the same thing. Mainly maybe the mom is going through the most, considering they actually did deliver the baby, but even the dad, they worry the same way the mom does, or even more, because we've not really explored about fatherhood during postpartum period. Not much study that has been done, not a lot of papers that have been written about it, which is something that we should look into so that we can know fully how we can also offer support to our dads during this postpartum period. So now, you're hearing your baby cry, we've ruled out, or your doctor has ruled out, you don't have postpartum depression, you're not falling into psychosis either. It is just the usual anxiety, and your anxiety disorder is not getting out of hand completely, that is now causing havoc or issues in your family. So we've ruled out all the other pathological reasons as to why you could be hearing these cries, and it's the normal worry or it's the normal anxiety that new parents do have, or it's because of lack of sleep or deprived sleep, or it could be because of not getting enough rest, even just like you're not sleeping, but at least for now the baby is off your hands, you can even watch a movie, or even just one episode of a series. Wouldn't that be nice? Or we know that it's because of just the heightened awareness now that you're a new parent. Since we've ruled out the possible pathological issues that could be leading to why you're hearing your baby cry all the time when you're not near them, what can you do to help this situation? First, because we know the causes now, we try to eliminate based on those causes. So if you're not getting enough rest, please try and get into a shower. You could even go into the shower with your spouse so that maybe They try to calm you down and relax you to whenever you're feeling the baby has started to cry again, they reassure you that baby is doing fine. Good thing about technology now, we can have baby monitors. You can have a baby monitor in their cot and have your gadget near you, so that when you're watching a series or you're trying to rest, expressing milk perhaps, or just catching up with the latest gist with your friend, you can always be constantly looking at the monitor and seeing that the baby is doing okay and they're asleep, and you reassure yourself that, okay, I'm not going crazy, it is just the normal heightened awareness or the anxiety that I'm a new mom now and baby is fine, but you're taking the rest. If you're also, again, it's because you're thinking it's due to lack of sleep, because of course you'll know if you've been staying up maybe for 3-5 consecutive nights, you get only a maximum of 2 hours per night to sleep. And if that is the reason as to why this is happening, try to get and seek for help. Most of us don't know how to actually ask for help. We find it very hard to just say, kindly help me, hold this baby, I need. I'm one of those people. I am a person who doesn't like to ask for help. But I've learned with time that it is actually a superpower to know how to ask for help. And I'm trying to teach my children as well to know how to ask for help. There's no prize that comes or any award that comes with struggling or trying to make sure that you're doing it all. So if at some point baby is overwhelming, kindly reach out to your family members, reach out to friends who are close to you, who you can trust with your child, and let them take the baby off your hands a bit so that you can be able to get, even if it's a full night's sleep. If you express nicely, you express and you give the baby away. If you have like 3 or 4 hours of uninterrupted sleep, tomorrow you're going to feel like a new mom. You can now care for the baby better. You can get enough milk now because of the resting. Because even with rest, without rest, you'll have lactation problems. And we don't want that. Because, pediatrician, we recommend exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. So for you to be able to achieve that, then you need to be able to have enough supply of breast milk. And it only comes when you're not stressed, when you're getting enough rest, when you're not anxious, and you're getting enough sleep. So those are some of the things that you can do. But for you guys who've been hearing this, I think I posted last week. Is it last week or last week? But one when you guys were expecting this video, and some of you offered their assistance and tips of how they managed to put away these noises. And by the way, it's not only when your baby is a newborn. Hey, this thing can continue onwards for as long as you have children that are still living with you, or even when they're not living with you. I remember, just as a parting shot, I remember my mom telling me when we my siblings and I, when we finished or completed our tertiary education, when we completed campus, she said, now finally I can put my phone on D&D, do not disturb at night, because you guys can now take care of each other. I don't have to expect, oh, my son or my daughter is calling me and they're in campus, something might have happened, they're away from me, then she couldn't sleep, even as much as we were over 20 years old. But then I don't think even now that do not disturb, she'll still not pick up our calls, because a mother never stops being a mother, really. And so does any other parent. Let's support our mothers, let's support our fathers who are in the postpartum period, especially as they navigate these new waters, and especially for the new moms and the new dads, because they've never been on this rodeo before. If you like this video, make sure you do like it actually on this video. Comment down below what are your tips and how you can help us, or how can we help new parents navigate these new waters. And if this channel is something that you'd like to see more videos of, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we always drop new gems every week on Sunday. But on those special occasions, every Friday we do get some new items, just to cheer us a bit and to pack us up, and so that we can be able to learn new things and connect. Until next time, it's Dr. Sarah Pendo. Love and love.